Oh, good evening, everyone. I hope you're all well. Just a little bit of a stretch there, get me limbered up for tonight's chat, which I'm really looking forward to, providing I can pronounce our guest's name properly, which I have been practicing all day long. Thank you to Izzy for sending me a little video on how to pronounce it. So I know I'm not going to say her name until she comes on because I want to get absolutely. There we go. So she's going to join us. I'm just going to send you a request. Hold on a minute. Send request. A minute and we should be good to go. A lot of names there I recognise. Hello, everyone who's joined us tonight. Thank you very much. Hello.
Hi, Wayne.
So everyone, this is Orse.
Yes, that's really good. It's actually how you pronounce it.
Is it? Okay, that's good
Yeah,
because I've been
awesome.
saying it all day long in my head, over and over again. I
You
like,
can hear me okay?
yeah, perfect.
Yeah, okay,
Can you
great.
can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Great. So if you would like to give us a little bit of an introduction to yourself and how you got into the business and how long you've been doing it, that would be great.
Yeah. I'm Åse from Norway, and I've had what you call it, like the certification of apprenticeship since
Yep.
2014. Yes, so I've been in the trade for some years now, actually. And I
Yeah.
just started a year ago. I started by myself, opened my own workshop.
Yeah, I'm going to
Yeah,
talk about that because I
yeah,
got a few questions about that. I'm sure that people might find quite helpful.
yeah.
So, so do you do everything in your shop?
Yes, I do everything, but it's just like small dents and stuff like that. I never take on really big jobs with the like welding and stuff like that. Then I use someone else to do that for me.
Oh, so very similar to this kind of work that I do.
Yeah, yeah. If you take like dents and plastic reparation and like stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah. So would you do a full respray on a car?
yeah, I can do that.
Okay, that's not what I don't do that. But
I can do that, but mostly like I have someone to do the parts before
the
and then
preparation.
a
Okay.
lot
So
of it,
what's your favorite part of the job?
of course, spraying. That's the
Really?
best part. Yeah, but I like the unmasking of the car after. I
The
love that.
unmasking.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a bit different because most people say they like the masking up of the car.
I like that too, but I like the spraying and the unmasking the best actually, because then when you take off the tape and like the plastic and everything, you just see how it turns out.
Yeah, that's true because then you're on that final sort of stretch where you can hand the keys back and yeah,
You can see the light of the tunnel.
yeah, exactly. Did you hear me? You might not have heard it when I spoke to Zesty Shona last week.
I don't
No,
think I did.
yeah, so she masked up a car, and unfortunately, where she went to unmask the car, she peeled back the paint on where she painted. I know she
Yeah.
had she's only been in the business for 1 year, so she's still learning these things. But we had
So
a
but everyone does mistakes, even though you've been in the trade for many years.
yeah, oh
Sometimes you're in a rush.
yeah, oh yeah. Every day that we make a mistake and we learn from it for sure.
Yeah.
Um, So tell me about this because you are actually award winning. You became the first girl in Norway to win the Norwegian skills in painting.
Yeah. The nationals. Have you heard of World Skills before?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you have. That's
Yeah.
good. Everyone, if you doesn't, maybe you can check it out because I think that's the most important competition in like the world because it's all of the trades.
And
So
go on. How did you come about winning that?
it was my teacher actually when I the second year of school when we have like the painting stuff. We my teacher has always been in the world skills like the competition like a judge for Norway, and then he almost pushed me to try out a competition, and I actually did quite good. I won the regionals, and then I headed to the nationals, and then I won that too. And then after that, I went to Brazil for the world skills competition, and then I came fifth.
Wow.
So I'm quite happy about that now.
Yeah, that is amazing. So what did you have to do to win the world skills for the people who don't know?
train train a lot because it's not the same thing as we do. day to day. It's more you check out every single step of the way, and it's a training thing. So I worked like 100%, and then I trained for the evenings and the weekends. So I didn't have a life, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah,
So
because nobody's going to ever take that away from you, are they?
no one can, and all the people I met and everything I learned, and I grow a lot as a person as well, because it's really out of my comfort zone to do that, because you're standing and doing your job actually, but it's a lot of people standing, looking at you and judging everything you do. So that's the most nervous part, I think, when
I,
everyone is going to judge you.
so I've actually never seen it. So my apologies for that. So talk us through what happens then. So you,
Uh,
you
like
get
I
to the
can
show,
what?
you go to the show, and then what sort of things happen?
We have like different tasks.
Okay,
Like I think I had like 4 or 5 tasks. When one of them is mixing color by your eye and
right.
matching that. Yeah, no formula. You only get like the colors that are in, and then you have to take the measurements yourself and mix it and spray the cards to match. And then we got like a door with 3 small dents in it. Then you have to, yeah, fix and spray, and then but you have time. So yeah, that's the worst part, because you only have like, I think we had 4 hours for the door, and we have to spray 2 different colors inside and out, and then you have to mask a particular way, and you have a lot of criteria to, yeah. So we have this task and the time, and by the end of the time, they go around and judge everyone actually.
Yeah,
So yeah.
it sounds really intense.
It is. It's really intense, because you have to focus on your thing, because I don't know exactly like the numbers of the people, but everyone is going around and they watch you. And I think it's like hundreds of thousands of people going and trying to maybe say your name or get your attention. But if you do, you're losing, because you cannot focus on the thing you're doing.
Yeah, because you've got to absolutely focus on it. I don't know whether I know coming into my workshop, and I know Adam's just popped up here, who's the
Yeah.
dent guy who comes into, who's a good friend of mine. He absolutely hates people standing over and watching him, and I'm sort of the same because, and that's just one customer possibly watching us, and you've got that pressure. But I can imagine all those people sort of seeing and waiting for you to make that little mistake.
Yep. And also, like, I know a lot of the judges, they know what they're doing. So I'm quite nervous about that. But it was a very good experience, and I grew a lot as a person, because I got tougher by that.
Yeah. I can
Mm.
imagine. Izzy just popped up on here, and she just said that she was part of it, but she did really badly.
Oh,
But
she did? I didn't
yeah,
know.
no, that's what she just said. I just saw the message pop up. She said she went to it, but she did really badly. But I mean,
Yeah, but I didn't as good from the start. I wasn't as good. I think I was very lucky, actually, because
well,
one of the tasks was like decor. You have to tape up by you get a draw.
yeah,
Yeah, no, what do you call it? Like a,
a
yeah, a
plan,
draw.
like a plan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you have to follow that. And then for the regionals, it didn't look as good as it should. And I really messed up, but everything else was good. So it's like the points in a whole. So you
Okay.
can do mistakes, but it's like the whole thing.
Yeah. So it
Yeah.
accumulates, so you get all your little points, and you have to hit it, and then yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah, and the part I actually like the most is that like the health, you have to wear gloves, and if you have like 5 points, if you lose 5 points for your mask and everything like that, you get disqualified.
So it's quite
Yeah.
strict, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very strict, and of course, like I said before, it's not the same in the competition to daily day. So you can be an absolutely amazing painter on your job, but you can't handle the pressure by everyone looking at you.
Yeah, I think that's probably where I'd fall. But actually, I'm not actually a great painter. I'd probably fail on both of those aspects, in fairness. So I'm not going to do world
We never
skills.
go.
I'll just be a judge. I'll be one of those people watching and criticizing. Yeah, she's done that wrong.
We have to have them too.
Yeah. What paint system do you use? Because let's go back a bit. So you've just opened your own place
Yeah.
and you built your own spray booth, I saw.
Yeah, but it was my stepfather actually who did that for me. I was just like a little minion helping him.
We'll just say you built it then. That's
Okay.
fine. It's family. It doesn't matter. So
No.
how long did that take to build, and who sort of came up with that design? And
It was my stepfather who actually did everything like that. I wish I knew more about the paint booth and stuff like that. So he got the job for that, and then he draw and made. But we bought a spray booth for it's maybe 2012, I think. So we used a lot of like the fans and everything, quite a lot of the elements from the spray booth, and just build it in.
that's a good idea because yeah, that is actually a really good idea because I did see that you had brick walls. So and then you've got actually the fan, you've got the spray booth roof on it and the extraction. So yeah, I like that idea. And maybe
It's working. That's
yeah.
the important part.
Yeah, and it means it doesn't matter what the sort of condition of the actual booth is on the side or anything, the walls or the surrounding of it, as long as the motors and the extraction work,
Yeah.
you can just build
Yeah,
that into.
and I get the heat that I need
Yeah.
for the drying and stuff like that. And I've learned a lot for the whole process because I was struggling a little bit with dust the first part when I tried to learn the booth, but we found a solution because my filters in the roof were too small.
Okay.
So there were a lot of dust coming out from the filters. So we changed that, and now it's good again.
Okay, so what you had is you had a lot of air being drawn through, so you needed to widen the space, and then it reduced the actual pressure.
Yeah.
But that's somebody, all of these little things that make sense now. Somebody might be struggling with that, and I did see I saw a comment once. Somebody couldn't understand why they were having some issues in their spray booth, and it could be something as simple as what you've just said there. So that's
Yeah. Because I was struggling. I didn't understand anything, but then my stepfather helped me, and then we tried to find out what the issue was, and we tried the different things, and then we found out. We saw it in the roof that it was like dark. It was what do you call it? Like
little dust specks.
yes, and like when you spray, you have like the dust sky.
Yeah, overspray. Yeah.
Overspray. Yeah, it was a little bit of overspray on the besides the filters. So we found out that it was a lot of air coming out there. So then we ordered up a bigger filter, and then now it's good.
Oh, that's really good. Spray Bikes says he'd like it if your stepfather could share his plans, please. But
I will ask him, maybe.
Yeah, for a small fee, I'm sure it's possible.
Yeah.
Okay, so what paint system do you use now? Is it still Glazeret?
Yeah.
Glazeret. Because I know Izzy sent a message and she says, when are you moving to Sickens?
Never.
Oh, she won't be happy with that.
I'm really happy about what I use now, so we'll see. Maybe she can be Glazeret girl.
Yeah. What have you used before?
PPG.
PPG.
Yeah.
And was that water-based as well, or was that solvent?
No, it's a water-based. I think we only use water-based in Norway, actually. It's just like special things like big trucks or boats or like stuff like that. Then we use solvent, but it's, most water-based.
Yeah, it should be about the same here. So commercial use, you can use solvent, but sort of for normal retail work, like the cars that we're doing, it should be water-based. And then I see you also I'm not sure how long ago, but you got given the Scan Grip UV Light and the Glazeret UV Primer.
Yeah.
I've tested a lot of different UV primers, and I swear by this. I know others people won't, but I think the Glazeret is definitely the better UV primer on the market. What do you use it a lot?
No, it's okay. I use it often, but it's not always. But do you use like the spray can, or do you use the spray gun?
Spray gun.
Yeah. I like the spray can a lot because I have like very, very small things. And
Yeah.
then I tried the scan grip lights and I'm really happy, but I thought that like the biggest one, it's quite heavy.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, would like it to be a bit lighter, then it would be better because my yeah, it's um it's not it's not easy holding that light.
It's like going for a workout in the gym. I know, because I tested quite a lot of the different lamps that came onto the market, and that one, I think that one came out as one of the heaviest, just under 2 kilos. And that, to hold 2 kilos like that for even a minute, it's a proper
Yeah,
workout.
yeah, it is. It's heavy actually. It doesn't seem that way, but it is.
I saw a post, and I'm not sure whose it was, but there was a girl, another refinisher who got given one, and it must have been so heavy for her because she had two hands holding it. But
I actually did as well.
maybe it was you. I can't
No,
remember. It might have. Did you put a
no,
picture on your post?
I don't know. I don't remember. I think I had a
Oh,
video, but I think I tried to just use one hand, but I don't know.
it's really good technology. I really like it. Um, so what does an average day consist for you? What do you sort of do? You get up in the morning and then.
Yeah, it depends actually. Some days I have more paperwork than others, and then someday a customer have to have an answer, and you have to send out prices for them. And I try to spray as much as I can, but it's a lot of paperwork.
Yeah, running a
Yeah,
business. That's
yes,
why
it is.
I all my accounts and stuff. I just have somebody who does that. I don't, because I
Yeah.
just get too bogged down with it. So, what sort of marketing do you do?
What?
What sort of marketing? How do you market your business? How do you get new customers?
I try to use Instagram as much as possible, and then I try to use Facebook, but I'm better at Instagram actually, and I get a lot of jobs for that. But I live in a very small town, so a lot of people have heard of me because of the competition part and stuff like that. So when a friend of a friend talks about you and stuff like that, then I get a lot of work because of that. And the papers have been very good for me as well because they have come here and take pictures and post it on their things, and then I just share it. And so yeah, I'm lucky that way.
That's really good. And do
Yeah,
you work weekends or do you just work only in the week?
I work every day.
Do you? Every day, even a Sunday?
Yeah, but I try to take time off now and then. But I feel really lucky because I love what I do. So
Mm.
if I have like a day where I get bored, then I can go to work because I like it. So it doesn't feel like work all the time.
No, and that is a big difference, isn't it? If you
Yeah,
absolutely love what you do, then
yeah,
you're not really working. You're just enjoying. You enjoy
yeah,
just enjoying the job.
yeah. I do, and of course, some days are harder than others. Some day I just want to lay in bed and just like stay there. But 90% of the time, I really love what I do. So I feel really lucky for that.
So if you're not working, what sort of do you like any outdoor activities or anything there?
I get hiking.
Hiking.
Yeah, we have great nature here.
Yeah. Oh, I've heard that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
do you go on long hikes or is it just like sort of short hikes? How many kilometers is
It
a
can
hike
be
to you?
both. Yeah, it can be both. I like, of course, if I can hike for a day, I love that. But I don't often take my time to do that. But most it's just like small, medium walks.
But then, if you're getting a little bit of both, that's all that matters really, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like I my head is like free. I don't think of anything when I walk. It's like really, yeah, freedom actually.
Yeah, and I think that is really important because even if you absolutely love the job, which clearly you do and I do, you sometimes need that escape just to sort
Yeah.
of filter things out, refocus, and then come back.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to like calculate your brain. I feel like even though, like you said, we love the job and we really love what we do, but everybody, you have to take care of your mental health as well, and just like have a yeah a breathe.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a couple of people here saying exactly the same sort of thing.
Yeah,
Spray Bike says, I also would not be able to work 7 days if I didn't love what I do. Specky says, I don't know about others, but if I have a full weekend off, it kills me.
Ah.
I like my weekends. I like, because especially if it's nice and it's summer. I'm just looking there because there's a window there. If it's nice
Yeah.
and it's summery, I like to get out and I like to go for a walk with my wife, or
Yeah.
I go for a run in the morning. So I just kind of, that's my switch off. So
Yeah.
I don't work 7 days, not because I wouldn't want to work 7 days, because I could easily do that, but just because I've sort of pushed myself away from that a bit and said, right, I'm having to
But
take.
you do what you have to do, right? You have to take care of people around you as well, and that's
Yeah.
really important because you can't work all the time. Then I think you will get, even though you love it, you will get like very stressed, and yeah, I think you will drown eventually. Actually.
Yeah, or yeah, burn out possibly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so is there something that you don't feel that you're very good at and that you'd like to improve on? A skill?
Yeah. A lot of things. Do you mean like in the painting world?
Well, normally it's about painting well, but if there's something else, absolutely share it with us.
But it's like the body man thing. I would like to learn more about welding and all the things before. And of course, like painting, I feel like I learn something every day. Like I always learn something new, even though it's a process. You can't go out of the process from start to stop, but you always learn new products and stuff like that. And I was struggling a lot with to spray out silver. I had a problem with that when I had like a spot repair and it was silver.
Hmm.
But I'm getting better.
What was your problem? What were you finding with silver? I love silver.
Yeah, now I do, but it was the edge. I didn't get the edge good enough. I felt
Okay.
like yeah, from an angle, it looks good like from straight, but when I saw it from an angle, I wasn't 100% happy about it.
So what did you do to resolve it? What did you find is the little trick that worked for you?
A glassware technician that was with me and teach me some tricks.
So can you remember what it was, or that you can share with us?
I think it was maybe I sprayed it with a high pressure,
Hmm.
too high. I think it was like that. So it was a bit dry, I think. I don't quite remember actually.
Yeah, no,
But
you're absolutely right. That's normally what it is. So if you're doing a spot repair, if you're working with the high pressure, you'll end up
yeah,
with, so if this is your little repair here, and you just work with a high pressure, you'll end up with that outer circle. But then if
yeah,
you
I
start,
think
if you drop the pressure and just flick the color out,
yeah,
it'll just
yeah,
blend in.
blend, yeah, bladder.
Yeah.
So I think that was the main problem, and maybe it was my spraying technique. I don't know, but he fixed it. So
That's
yeah,
We all have stuff to learn from other people. Every
yeah,
day there's something new to learn. And if you've got access to someone like the Glazeret technician or a Sickens technician or a Octral technician, you should really soak up whatever they can teach you.
absolutely use them.
Yeah, because that's what they're there for.
That's right.
Um, what are your two favorite things about your job? And what don't you like?
I like everything, but
Okay.
it's the spraying part. That's when you have like the primer and everything, and then you put on color. That's of course the thing I like the best.
And
And
then the unmasking.
yep,
Yeah.
and I love the unmasking, and I like masking as well. Actually, I like it all. I like to sand, and I like everything.
And what don't you like? Or there's nothing you don't like at all.
Of course, there may be something, but I can't. It's nothing I like think about.
No, no. I think actually now that I'm thinking about it, I think it's only because I'm not very good at it, and I would say it's sort of like filler work. You know?
Okay, yeah,
So I can do it, but it just takes me a long time. Whereas some
yeah.
people can just like whack it on and they get the shape back, but I have to really work hard at that.
Yeah, I do as well, but I enjoy it because I know I'm learning something. By every time I do it, I get better.
I'm going to take that away.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put
that.
that philosophy in my head. Definitely. Don't hate
Try
it,
that.
love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite gun and tool?
Now I tried out the 3M Performance, like the new gun, and I
Oh,
really
really?
love it. Yeah, I
I didn't
really
know
love
that.
it. But I haven't tried it a lot. I've just used it one time on clear coat, but it blew my mind. I didn't have like the highest expectation of it. I expected it to be good, but it was really good. It was
Mm,
light and it was easy to work with, and I love that now. So I will use that more. And but I'm a SATA girl. Actually,
starter.
yeah, I like SATA really well. And but that gun was really good, so I will use that more. And tools, I don't know, maybe my sanding machine.
Hold on, let's just go back to the guns a bit. So you love your starters. What's your go-to starter gun?
I have the 5,000. I have not tried the 5,500 yet, but I love the 5,000. I've been sticking for that for years actually, because it works really well for me.
I've not used the starter in so many years. My last starter was a mini jet, and then I went to De Vilbers. But so
Okay, do
many
you use the
people.
Wilbis every day?
Sorry?
You use the Wilbis
No,
on
well, it's a bit of a story. So I went to the Vilbis from the starter mini jet to the Vilbis
yeah.
SRIs. Then I moved up into the GTIs. Then I moved over to Welcome and Segolas. And all of these
Yeah.
guns are really good, but they've all got something different. And the DV1. And then, like you, about a month ago, I got sent the 3M
Yeah.
performance spray gun. And to be honest, it's the only gun I use. The other ones,
Ah,
yeah, I don't use any of the other ones, and it's not because the other ones are not very good guns. They're all excellent guns. But I
yeah.
just find that I like the way this gun suits the way I work.
Yeah. And it's easy. It's really easy to clean.
Yeah,
So it saves you a lot of time, and time is money. And yeah, you know the drill.
I know. I mean, there's quite a bit of hate for it, and there's quite a bit of love for it. But it's just one of those guns that yeah, I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm not. I'm looking forward to use it more.
I look forward to seeing the pictures of it, you using it more.
Yeah.
What sort of tool then? What's your favorite tool? Is there one tool that is your go-to tool?
It's my sanding machine.
I was going to talk about that. That's my next question.
Ah, okay.
Okay, let's move on to that. Go on, tell us about is it still the Fest tool?
Yeah,
Okay, tell us about that. Because I think Fest tool and 3M, they've got some kind of collaboration going together.
yeah. The 3M bought the festival, so it's like I have a polish machine from 3M, but I don't think they use it anymore. It's the same as the sanding machines. I don't think 3M no made them anymore. I think they just bought Festool and now are um, using that and making it better for the refinisher world and trade for us, because I remember for a few years back they were really big and heavy, so they wasn't so good to use because of the vibration and everything. It was really bad, but now I really like mine. I use mine every day and I don't get like the sleepy hand.
Yeah, yeah, dead
Yeah,
hand, yeah.
yeah. I don't get that. So the vibration is very low and it's easy to use, and I like it
It
really
looks
well.
like a really nice setup you have.
It is.
So
It
if
is really.
anybody's watching this, if after the chat, if don't go now because you'll lose us, but after the chat, pop into um oh no, Orse's site
Yeah, yeah. No,
and
it's.
thank you, and have a look and you'll see the setup. So what sort of discs do you use on there?
What do you mean? Like
Sanding discs. Which sanding discs, the 3M sanding discs do you like to use?
I like to use. Do you mean like the name of
Yeah,
the?
is it the purple ones?
Yeah, it's the hook, the purple. Yeah,
Yeah.
most of it use them because I think they last for a long time.
And why did you choose the Festool in particular? Was that just something that came into your workshop, or did you choose it over another product?
No, of course I did choose it over others, but it was it was I was allowed to try it out to see what I liked about it, and I liked it, so it stayed.
And it's quite easy to clean out. It's obviously, yeah, because
It's easy to switch like the vacuum thing. I don't know what it's called in English, but you just have to lift it up and then
yep,
switch the vacuum bag.
the vacuum bag, yeah, switch it
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
That's I do really like the look of it. It looked really great in the picture.
Yeah, and it's small. It's quite small, so it doesn't take like a lot of space as well. So it's good for me because I have like not the best space. I have a small space, so it's important to me that it's not in my way.
Hmm. Yeah, because yeah, that's a key thing.
Mm.
Space in our workshops. We don't want clutter because then clutter gathers dust. And
Yeah.
it's nice and neat. So Spray Bike asks, I think I know the answer to this question, but I'll let you answer it. Spray Bike asks, is it electric or pneumatic? Do you know what I mean by pneumatic? It runs off air. So
It's electric.
electric. Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Oh, in fact, Specky answered it for you. I also saw on your site, sorry, I spent a little bit of time trolling through your site. I had to do the translation because a lot of it was in Norwegian and my Norwegian is terrible. So you got sent the Rodim.com sanding kit, like a sample kit.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never heard of that. What was that like? Have you tried it?
Yeah, I've tried it, but I haven't tried like a lot of it. But I tried it on. I had it was a small sanding desk for
Mm.
dust. Yeah, and I like it. It was good. And for sanding filler, it was good as well. But I'm like I really like the purple 3M. I think it lasts longer, but the Rhodium is good. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, we'll always have our favorite, won't we? There's
Yeah.
always a product that's going to be our favorite, but at the same time, we need to educate ourselves on other products out there. So you can say,
Yeah.
do you know what? I know why I like that product because it does blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but I think it's a little part of me is like when it comes to 3M, it's like in my head. I really like it. So
I know exactly what you mean because you use, and this is something, because every now and again I get sent products to test and sort of do a review on, but because I've used the product all the time, I focus on the product that I've become to love. And so you then judge everything else on that product, don't you?
yeah,
And it's maybe it's unfair. I don't know. It's a battle I have to
as long
fight
as
with
it
myself.
works, I think it's important. As long as it works for you, then it's okay. And of course, I try to think of like price and everything. But
Hmm.
if it lasts longer, if a product I get is cheaper, but it's like broken or I use it up really fast, then I think the more expensive one, if it lasts longer, I think it's better.
Yeah, that,
Often.
and that's really good. I mean, you can go and buy something for some sanding disc for I don't know 20 euros or something, or you buy the
Yeah.
sanding disc for 40 euros. But if the 20 euros disc only lasts a quarter of the time, then you'd be better to buy the more expensive ones.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
Actually, my next question we've already talked about. It was about your spray booth, so
Mhm.
we jumped ahead that. If you could have any, I asked this of everyone, if you could have any piece of equipment, brand new piece of equipment in your workshop, what would it be?
I don't know. Wow, I have to think about that. Brand new equipment. Does a spray booth count?
Anything. You can have anything.
Yeah, yeah. I like my spray booth, but of course I would like a bigger and better one. I would like to have like a really big spray booth where you can paint two cars at
Hmm.
once. Yeah,
Have you?
that's one of the things. Yeah, but I was painting an ambulance here for like last week, and it's really big, and I almost didn't have the room, so I had to paint something with the doors in the back open. So I have to open my booth, and then I have to drive. Yeah, so I would like a bigger booth than
So have you got the space inside your actual unit to have a bigger booth?
no,
Ah,
not now. Nah. So this is like maybe in a couple of years, maybe I would like to expand and maybe build something. I have to see. I don't know, but one day at a time right now. But I have dreams and hopes for the
so
future.
can you share any of those sort of dreams, like in about 5 years, where you'd like to be, or?
I hope that I would have opened up a bigger shop where I can hire people and make it a really good work workspace for more painters and body people. Maybe mechanics, I don't know. I have to take one thing at a time, but I would like to open up a bigger workshop.
Because that's something that I was going to also ask you about. Was you I think it was in 2019, June of 2019, you were invited to be on a panel on how to get young people into the industry, and then you were hoping to do that again last year. Obviously, with COVID, was what happened.
What did you say?
You were hoping to go back to that panel and have those discussions last year, but because of COVID, I don't know if it happened or not.
No, it didn't happen. It was nothing. But when I was there in Italy in 2019, it was really nice because they actually tried to have younger people be interested in coming into the trade or the collision repair industry. So when I was sitting on stage with a fellow competitor from World Scales, we saw in the crowd, and it was only like men. Yeah, men like 50 plus maybe. Not to offend anyone who was there, but it was like higher up. It was mostly men and of age. So it was really good to see that they were really interested in learning on what young people think is interested and what we like to see and how we can make them join us. But I was there and I said that the most important things from my point of view is like showing them what it's about. So I love Instagram because of that, because we can show them how things work and what you do. Because before I was allowed to try it out, I was thinking when you were a paint technician, the only thing you do was spray. But it's like 10% of the job often. So it was really good to be there, and I felt like they were listening. So that's good. So I hope they learn something from us as well.
Do you think so? Have you seen anything come out of that? I mean, obviously last year didn't happen, but
yeah, I think that's quite a thing. It's like the virus did something, but I've seen that some of the people have been better at like social media.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's actually where we have to start.
Yeah, and that actually nicely leads us on to some of our questions. So Izzy asks, do you enjoy being part of the community on Instagram, and what do you feel you gain?
Yes, I love it. And if I haven't said that before, it's like I learned so much, and it's like the feeling of have a community who supports you, and you are allowed to learn from others. Maybe you didn't even know that you could learn like a tip or a trick, because when I've scrolled sometimes on the Instagram and saw like tips and stuff like that, I was like, oh, that's clever. I haven't even thought about it. And then I think it's really good, and I love it. We are so positive, and we really support each other. I think it's really nice.
It's very, very different to how it would have been sort of 5 or 10 years ago. I think Instagram has definitely become a very positive. Obviously, social media has its negativity, but you can work your way through it. But Instagram, for me, there's a lot of positivity there, and a lot of people like you help out and give tips and show new products and little tricks of doing stuff. It's really nice. A couple of more questions, if you don't mind. So Specky the painter, this is always a question he asks to all my guests. He says, "What's your favorite color?"
Pink.
Pink. Okay.
Yeah. Pink.
That's absolutely. Did you see that? Did you see the Iron Star?
Yeah, I saw that. It was a bummer to win. I love it.
Yeah, it was really cool. I think they've got to have something else coming up soon as well. Another giveaway.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. What's the most enjoyable part of your job? And what? Oh, well, we've done that one. I covered that one. This one's from Guns N' Hoses, Shake in Canada. He says, "How do you like the scan grip?" Oh, we've covered that one. How do you like the scan grip UV lights? And he actually says, "Would you recommend it?"
Yes, I will recommend it because it works really well. But as I said, if they can maybe make it a bit lighter, then it would be like 10 of 10, in my opinion. But I think when they maybe fix that, it's good. But I do recommend it because it works. With the Glycerin UV primer I used, it dried fast. It was easy to sand after, and it's a good light.
Yeah, I think that was the only when they came to me, what was it, last year or something like that? I can't remember. And I said to them, the lamp is just too big. It's too heavy. You need to instead of moving forward, because they said they brought out this new technology, that lamp,
Okay.
they call it the UV gun or something like that. And I said, but you've almost gone backwards with your UV technology instead of forwards, because they had the little square one. But they didn't listen, so that's their loss.
Yeah, because I got like three different, like the big and the medium and the small, and the medium was really good. I think because it's a magnet as well, so I can just put it on the car and then it can stand there for a minute. So that's excellent. But the biggest was a bit heavy.
Yeah. Well, let's hope now that you've said it and I've said it, they might listen for next year.
We'll see.
Yeah. Um, Izzy says, do you have some kind of training that we've spoken about that with Glazeret? She's just wondering. And then she asked about coming over to Sickens. So those are those questions. So that's all good. There's a question here.
Yeah.
I want to get all these questions in. So right, that's it. Back to me. Um, what's your most memorable job and your least memorable? So
Okay, let's see. My most memorable job. Actually, I think it was for a few weeks ago. I had like a MC pass, like a tank and stuff, when I put decals on, and I destroyed the decal, so I had to paint it instead. So it's my most memorable because I learned so much. I was so angry when I destroyed it, and I had to take a few days to have a pause because I was really mad at myself. Because the decals as well, they were ordered from like across the world. I don't know. So instead, I had some days, was breathing, and then I jumped on the job again, and I masked and I painted. So it turned out good, and I learned a lot. But I think that's like it's the freshest in mind.
is that the one have you got that on your Instagram page? Because I did see a tank on your
Yeah,
page. Okay,
yeah, and I'm going to post also like the failure and what I did to
I think
fix it.
I think that would be it's quite a good thing to do because people
Yeah.
can learn from that. And I'd definitely like to see how you fix it because I've got a few motorbike stuff coming into my place now. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have to worry with the decals, but it would be nice to see how you managed to get around it.
Yeah, and as I said, I learned a lot by the process because I think next time if I do ruin a decal again, I would have a better way to fix it. So
Because you
I did, yeah, I did it little bit complicated for myself because of the decals, they were so thick. So I had to put on a lot of coats with clear coat to get away from the, I don't know what it's called.
the ridge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's actually somebody just said here he'd like to see that little job that you've done, and he said let's not call it a failure. So it's not a failure; it's a lesson.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it was.
what would be your least memorable, the one that you would like to forget, or would it be this one as well?
No, it wouldn't be this one because I'm more confident after when I learned really much. The least I had a almost a full car when I was spraying, and I scanned the color and was in a bit of a rush, and then I painted the whole car, took off the masking, and it was the wrong color. I was supposed to have a really dark blue, but I was almost painting it like purple. So I had to mask it again, sand it, and spray the whole thing.
How did that happen?
It was my fault because I didn't. I had I was in a bit of a rush, so I scanned the color and then
Yeah.
I just like the best one. I didn't go further in and just to feel like, yeah. So, ugh.
Let me
Well,
tell you, I've done that before, but not on a whole car. But the same thing. You just paint it, and
yeah,
then you take and you think, yeah, that's not right.
no. So, but it was almost a whole car, so
Oh
that
my
was
goodness.
bad, but I just had to redo it.
Yeah, that's all you can do. You
Yeah,
just take a
fix
breath.
it.
Yeah, take a breather and just rethink it. There's a question here from, and now let me just get his name absolutely. Radashi, I believe that's how you say it. Do you like ceramic clear coat or ceramic coating? Would that mean anything to you?
I haven't used clear coat. I haven't used that, but coating, like ceramic coating, I've tried to coat one car and I liked to do it, but I have not tried to sand or paint a lot of them. I had once a car that was waxed a lot, but I don't think it was ceramic coating. I think you have to sand that, don't you? I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, ceramic coating, you've got to clean it all off. I'm not quite sure, but I know when I've had some they've said they've had sort of like a life shine on it, I've had to really use a solvent degreaser on
Yeah,
it, then key it absolutely, clean it down. It takes a while. If you don't do it, it'll
yeah,
just
yeah.
peel off.
Yeah, but I think it's ceramic coating. I think it's hardened, doesn't it? I'm not quite sure actually.
Yes, there is ceramic coating that needs to be baked on, but because I'm not a dealer, I don't know too
Yeah,
much about it either. So
yeah.
I'm not
You
gonna.
should ask the selling girl.
Yeah, she'll know.
Yeah,
She's not on here tonight, Esme. She's probably still working. She's not on here.
yeah.
Uh, um, there was another question that came in. Oh, so again from Radashi. He asks, "What's the best car that you've worked on?" That's quite a nice question.
The best car. Mm, I'm not sure actually. I think I focus mostly on like the job and not the car. So I actually don't have an answer for that.
Do you know what? You're very similar to me like that. A car is just a car. It's the job that I
Yeah.
have the passion for.
Yeah. I have like my dream car, of course, so if I would have that in, I would be like ecstatic. But like every other car is like, yeah, I have the job and I have to focus on that, and then the car just quite get forgotten, I think.
What's your dream car?
It's a G-Wagon, of course.
Oh, that's a very nice.
Yeah.
That's a lovely car.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
I
nice.
love it. I love that it's like just pointy and it have, yeah, I love them. They're
So
so pretty. I think it's the prettiest car in the world.
it is really. What color? Pink? Not pink.
I actually would have like all black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's sold. That's a good choice there.
Yeah.
Sunny from Painting Body Guru, he said if you were doing ceramic, he would 800 DA and then use the rhino sponge around the edges of it,
Okay.
or soft sponge. So that answers that question. So we've only got, we don't actually have much time. So I've got a couple of questions for you, final ones. Time's just flown by. So there's just a new question I've asked the last couple of people. It's a bit of a strange thing. I'm not sure if everyone understands it, but we have a program in the UK called Desert Island Discs, and they basically talk to people like I've talked to you, and they go through their sort of songs that they would play that mean something in their life. But
Yeah.
so actually, that's a good question. Do you have one song that's your favorite one?
I think maybe Mockingbird by Eminem.
I've not heard that.
You haven't? You
No.
should.
Okay,
No, I love Eminem though.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
Mockingbird by Eminem.
Yeah.
Has he taken a sort of bit of sound music from another person? Because he sometimes does that, or is that all his?
Not on that one, I think. I think he sings everything or rap by himself on that one.
Okay, I'm going to listen to that after this, and then I'll send you a message and let you know what I think.
Yeah, do
So,
that.
if you were marooned on this desert island and you were allowed one luxury item, what would it be? And it could
Only
be
one
anything. So only one, but yeah, only one thing, but it can be anything you want to take on this place with
toothpaste.
you. That's fair. That's it. You can have the toothpaste if you want. That's the best one so far. I'll give you that one. Okay, so you can have toothpaste. Fine, that's yours. And then So let's open this up to anybody else. So has anybody got any questions that you'd like to ask or say? Because now's the time. Would you like to add anything else?
No, I don't think so.
You've done really well. Okay, so then my last question, we'll leave this open for them because then we'll shut down. My last question to you is, finally, before we go, do you have a tip that you can share with us all?
A tip. Maybe I really like working in like a clean environment. Of course, I get messy and it's garbage some things, but it's like always take maybe 5-10 minutes by the end of the day to clean up, because I think it's better to arrive at work when it looks good. I think it does something for your motivation for the rest of the day. So that's maybe my tip.
I'm just quiet there because what you're saying is absolutely right. But and I should do it, but I don't always do it. And but you are right. No, because like on Friday, was it Friday? Yeah. So Friday I'd had a really hard day. The job was a little bit. The job it was only an interior repair, but it just stressed me out a bit. And so I had some stuff still around the floor, and I thought I just need to go home. I need to go home and I'll come in early on Monday. But then I came in early, and then you see the mess that you left there. And so you're right. Always just spend that little bit of extra time.
Yeah, sometimes you're just like tired and want to go home, and that's okay. But if you do use like 5-10 minutes, then it will be better for the next day.
Absolutely. That's a really great tip. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to say this. It was lovely. I know this was a sort of last minute thing, and I messaged you on Saturday and sort of threw it at you to join us, but I really appreciate it. So have you got one more quick question? Have you got any projects coming up that we should keep an eye out, or something interesting?
Yes,
okay.
Actually I do. We have, I have like a big painting soon. It's of a really old car. Let me just, it's a Mercury that I have, that I'm going to paint the whole car.
And what color is that going to be?
White and blue.
White and blue. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and when's that coming up? Can you tell us?
It's in May.
In May. Oh, no.
Yes.
Only a month and a bit away.
Yeah, I know. And I'm actually going to paint. We have like a water park here where I live, and I'm going up there and painting a shark. So that's weird, but it's fun.
A shark, like a.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like a glass fiber shark.
On site or?
Yeah, on site, because it's so big.
Yeah.
So we have to do it there. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'll try.
Okay, you have to post pictures of that. I want to really see that. That sounds brilliant.
I will try to film like a time lapse or something, but we'll see.
Have you sort of done the design in your head? Do you know how you want it to look?
No, I'm just like refreshing it because of the sun. It's gets so the color. Yeah, so I'm just refreshing it.
And what sort of paints do you use for that? Is there a specific type of paint?
I don't know yet. I haven't found out. I have to call Glasswood and ask what will be the best for that kind of job.
Okay, so watch this space then.
What?
Watch this space, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out. Well, Åse. Go on. Åse.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been lovely to talk to you, and I really look forward to seeing all your projects.
Thank you, the same.
All right, so if you just press the little cross on the top right of your screen.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a lovely evening.
Same. Thank you, Wayne. Bye.
Bye. There we go. So that was Åse, and I think I got it right that time. So thank you very much to her for joining, as with everyone else that's joined. On Thursday evening, I'm back at 7 o'clock again, and this time I will be speaking to, and it's another tricky name, and do you know, it's going to catch me out, these names. Her name is Bogi, B-O-G-I. I did verify that to make sure I got it right, and that's what I'm told it is. So she's from Bogi Garages. She does loads of different stuff, She's all over social media, and she actually hosts a show called Happy Hour, which she just chats with a glass of wine in her hand or some other drink to other ladies in the business, in the industry, and just has a chat with them. It's a bit like what we're doing here, but probably a bit more laid back. But I'm going to get to chat to her on Thursday evening, so I'm really, really looking forward to that. And she's also much loved and respected in the industry, so that's going to be really interesting. So join us on Thursday at 7 o'clock, and thank you once again to Orse. I hope I got that right. I really appreciate it, and I'll keep practicing that name. Have a lovely evening, everyone, and take it steady.